high school. 4 years, 4 summers, and not enough 3-day weekends. How has it been 4 years? Whether you're a class of 2024 or 1984, we encourage you to relive your high school experience with us for the next few minutes. While the audience reminisces on their high school experiences, class of 2024, let's dive deeper into ours here at Legend High School. Our high school experience was nothing short of memorable, from homecoming and the 10 outside of Legend to Sadie's at Bolero, and plenty of freezing Friday night games under these lights. These are just some of our personal memories that come to mind. And while they're just a few of the many experiences we shared together as a class of 2024, we also hold memories that are unique to who we are.
When I think of football, I think of how lucky the two of us are. As Broncos and Patriots fans, we've both seen great success over the past 2 decades. However, Legend football will forever hold a place in our hearts. For those of you that don't know, this year in Colorado's 5A Football Sweet 16 Championship, Legend beat Valor Christian High School for the first time in school history.
Yeah.
I can clearly remember standing on the bleachers that looked like a movie prop from The Longest Yard, looking out and seeing the perfectly symmetrical brick towers and space heaters on the home side of the Valor Stadium. While admin held us back up until when the final buzzer went off, shortly after, hundreds of students stormed the field. Personally, my voice was screaming, "V down!" to anyone within a proximity of 10 feet. I've never felt more unity as a school. While you may not have been able to experience such a game, we encourage you to think about the sports that brought your school unity.
Think back to your freshman homecoming. I would bet it was different than ours, given we didn't even have one. Our freshman year was plagued, quite literally, with obstacles like lockdowns and cohorts. We never really got the real freshman experience, which may not be all bad. We were never booed as incoming freshmen, and we had stable sleep schedules. While there were definitely some positives to our freshman year, Cooper's side part was absolutely not one of them.
Audience, I'm sure you remember the awful hair or style you had in your freshman year. Aside from awful haircuts, we have both grown physically and emotionally into the 2 academic weapons you see up on the stage today. While our teachers may disagree that we turn in work in a timely manner, both Brewer and myself take pride in our academic success, some of which may have been assisted by SparkNotes, YouTube, and 5-hour energies. But see, we needed these because we were striving for a new high score on some of our favorite time-wasting games, like Tetris or Retro Bowl.
Now, Cooper and I were also lucky enough to experience a Mr. Ryder-taught AP government course. While I'm definitely going to have some trouble understanding the upcoming election, I always loved hearing about his problems with management and the proper etiquette to running a red light at 4 a.m. Who knew our teachers had lives outside of school? Learning about our teachers' lives allowed us to stall the lesson plan and maybe even pick up a life lesson or two. Unfortunately, it was a little harder to stall the lesson plan this year thanks to Legend's new block period schedule. Now, Legend says that a block period is 90 minutes of learning, but Cooper and I disagree. We consider it to be 25 minutes of focus and 65 minutes of wondering, where am I going to lunch?
Legend is lucky enough to have an off-campus lunch policy for illegally parking sophomores and pass-holding upperclassmen. Legend's lunch has taught me 2 things. First of all, the McDonald's app is king. If you don't have it, you're missing out. Second of all, it's how to drive with my knees as I scarf down a Big Mac, hoping to not get pulled over on Hilltop. On the topic of driving, how many of you in the audience remember your 50 hours of mandatory driving? With constant, "Stop, that's too fast," or "You almost hit them" phrases, I'm not completely sure who was more nervous. Whether your parent chose the immediate hand on the dash technique or grasping the roof rails if you were going to drive them off a cliff, these are memories we will hopefully laugh about later.
Now, Cooper and I tend to test our luck with speed limits around Parker, and we have yet to be completely successful. We take this into consideration each time we get into the driver's seat, realizing now that we are not Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton Jr., even though we've definitely used the slingshot method to get each other to work on time.
Shake and bake, baby. Being punctual is the first step in any job. Both Brewer and I were lucky enough to pick jobs that grant us experience, but are not necessarily connected to what we want our future careers to look like. When you walk into Taste of Philly, you'll see 2 things: a large amount of Eagles memorabilia and a 5'11" blonde working the counter. In his time working, Brewer has perfected his craft of making the real Philly cheesesteak. which contrasts his future plans as Brewer will be studying sports communications and sadly not the art of the sandwich.
While Cooper always loved the food that we served, I could never get him to leave his place of work. Cooper works at Morningstar Retirement Home, which should terrify those of you who have family members staying there. For a guy studying finance, serving the elderly is a weird place to start. Audience, think back to the job that you've had in the past and how different they are from what you might do today.
High school jobs teach us things like proper customer service, attention to detail, and how to beg for a cover last minute. And these are just some of the skills and memories that we've picked up through our high school career. And through our high school career, even the most mundane moments like
Tripping up the stairs,
sitting through homeroom lessons,
or finding out those senior hallway doors are locked and making the trek to the Commons. These all seem like parts of our grueling high school days, but they actually turned out to be memories.
Class of 2024, think about the extra things you did.
Like going to Canes after a football game,
Studying in the library for finals, or walking off the court or field after your last time representing the Titan name across your back. Whether your next years take you 2 miles,
or 2,000 miles from here, we encourage you to always hold and reminisce on the memories you made as a Legend Titan.
the memories we will hold together as the class of 2024.
Thanks for the memories.